But welcome to the open house for the graduate programs at Stockman School. And we are delighted to see all of the participants, attendees here from all over the world. And we are happy to introduce what programs we have and what schools can offer for our excellence in graduate schools. I am the director of the Stockman School. My name is Jingwen Chen, and I am happy to be here to introduce our school leadership team here. And we have 3 departments and 3 research centers. And I'll let each of our leaders to introduce themselves. Frank?
Thanks, Jingwen. Hello, everybody. My name is Frank Jacobus. I'm the department head in architecture. I don't see you all, but I'm so happy that you're here with us. This is an amazing time in your lives. I was thinking back as I was thinking about my welcome, about my time before I went to grad school and thinking about going, and it was just an incredible time in my life. And I tell this story a lot, but when I went to the University of Texas at Austin, but when I went there, I thought to myself as I was going through grad school, how do I stay in a place like this? And that sort of moment of higher education where I had been out in the world, but now I was coming back was so special to me. You're going to learn about the architecture program a bit later on, but I'll just give you a brief overview. In architecture, we have 3 graduate programs. We have the MArch program, which is a 2 or 3 year, depending on your background. We have the MS program, which is 2 year, and we have a PhD program. I think what makes us unique when you're looking at architecture schools across the country is that we have a very big heightened research emphasis. So we have 4 research clusters. So be paying attention to that. This sort of language I can imagine being a little bit abstract when you're hearing it for the first time, but we have a culture, society, space cluster, design computing cluster, sustainability cluster, and a materials cluster. And what that means is that we have faculty who have expertise in these areas. And when you come to study graduate school in graduate programs in architecture at Penn State, you're going to end up being with people who are expert in one of those areas or multiple areas. And so that's something to kind of tap into, the knowledge that they have and the resources we have built around those clusters. And as Jingwen mentioned, we also have, we tie into the Stockman School research centers, which you see there on your screen. So a lot of our programs really emphasize this idea of research, and that's a little bit different than what you'll see around the country at other programs. Again, it's great to meet you all, and I hope to see you here next year.
Thank you, Frank. Joe?
Hello, I'm Joel Pretty. I'm the department head of graphic design, and I'm very excited that I'll be able to meet with you individually in a breakout room soon and talk to you about our program. Our program is an MFA, and it is unusual in that it straddles Penn State School of Visual Arts and the Stockman School, which focuses on design, giving us a broad range of very specific topics of skill development, while also maintaining a very student-driven approach to a creative thesis. And I look forward to talking to you more.
Thank you. Roxy?
Hi, good morning. I'm Roxy Thorin, department head in landscape architecture, and I'll just echo what Frank and Joel said. Welcome. It's great to can't actually see you all, but great to have everybody here this morning from wherever you are in the world and whatever time it is. And I want to echo Frank's thoughts on just the excitement of graduate school and what a big decision it is, and picking the right place and the right people to work with. Part of the reason that I came here 4 years ago after 20 years at another institution was loving the place and loving the people, loving the facilities. Landscape architecture, we have a Master's of Science in Landscape Architecture and a Master of Landscape Architecture. We'll talk more about that in the breakout session, but the MS is more research focused, the MLA more professionally focused. Both are STEM designated, so those of you who are international applicants, that will be of interest to you. And then, of course, because we're landscape architecture, we're very focused on getting out into the environment. We do a lot of field work. We do a lot of community engaged design. Much of that is centered or is assisted through our research centers. This is getting into that sort of abstract stuff. Penn State is a land grant university and an R1 research university. Both of those mean that we have a mission to get out into the state, into the environment, into the community, and do research with impact. Our faculty partner with folks around the university, with different research institutes, with different departments, forestry, ecology, geology. So there's a lot of opportunity for interdisciplinary work and research. So we'll talk more about that in the breakout sessions, but great to have you all here today, and welcome.
Thank you. Andy?
Hi, Andy Cole. I'm the director of our relatively new center, Ecology, E+D, Ecology plus Design. It's one of the 3 centers that you'll hear about here shortly. We focus on a lot of the ecological aspects of design and what goes on the landscape, whether it functions as it was designed to function. So we look at everything from very broad landscape scale, including as big as the Chesapeake Bay watershed, for example, down to more smaller scales. I bring a different perspective into the department because I have no design background. I have a wildlife biology and ecology background, and so I bring a different flavor to the look and some of the work that the folks that are involved with E+D do a lot of really interesting things, and we'd be happy to talk to anybody about your interests and whether it aligns with E+D. So as I echo what everybody else has said, welcome, and happy to take questions later if anybody has any.
Thank you, Lisa.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Lisa Yulo. I direct the Hamer Center for Community Design. We resource for shared knowledge in community design, sustainability, resilience, and just communities. And we are home to students who are pursuing research in those areas and with communities. In particular, we have students in the sustainability research cluster, as well as society, culture, society, and space research cluster. And importantly, the work that we're doing is in collaboration across the different departments and across the research centers. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Jose.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our session. I am José Duarte, the director of the Stegman Center for Design Computing. So the mission of the center is to leverage digital technology, basically develop tools to be used in design, but also apply existing tools to address design problems. I should also say that the focus is not just on the development of the technology, but is on using the technology to address social issues. And we have, a wide variety of students in the center affiliated with the various departments. And like Lisa mentioned, we work across the centers and the departments. You will find a very welcoming environment at the SCDC. Thank you.
Thank you. And I just want to let the people who, the faculty are right now here to briefly introduce yourself. So students, prospective students know who you are right now. So Denise.
Hi, everyone. I'm Denise Costanzo, and I am the Associate Head for Graduate Education in the Department of Architecture. So my primary purview is the Master of Science in Architecture and the PhD in Architecture. And the Architecture PhD also includes those students pursuing a PhD with a specialization in topics in landscape architecture. So it is a cooperative program. And so what really distinguishes who is where, we're all within this program, but it has to do with which faculty member you choose to work with. So just to clarify that if you're here with a landscape architecture interest.
Thank you. We will have breakout sessions all of you will interact with. Just briefly introduce yourself now, and we will have more details later. Rahman?
Hello, everyone. Rahman Azari. I'm an associate professor of architecture, and I also am the director of the professional graduate programs, which is about Master of Architecture program. And I look forward to discussing the program with you in the breakout session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hongwu?
Hey everyone, I'm Hong, Associate Professor in Landscape Architecture. I am the representative of our Landscape Architecture department to help address any questions related to PhD program with a focus in landscape architecture. Thank you.
Thank you. Emily? So Emily Burns is Associate Professor of Graphic Design, and she will in the breakout Zoom for graphic design program. We have Nina here, is our graduate coordinator staff, and also Katrina. Yes, thank you. Yeah, if you want to quickly say hi.
Hi, I'm Nina, and I'm the support person for all the graduate programs for the students.
Thank you. Katrina?
Hi there, Katrina Casper, research support for the research centers and the endowments for the school. Nice to meet you all. Sorry for all the confusion this morning.
Emily?
Hi, sorry about that. My Zoom got stuck there for a second. Hi, I'm Emily Carol Burns. I am an assistant professor in graphic design, and I look forward to chatting with you all soon.
Hey, thank you. Thank you all. And I will go a little overview of what the Stuckman School is about. Now, our vision is really help to shape the future designers and to meet the challenges of tomorrow, today and tomorrow, and how we really use our skill set, our knowledge in design to help to shape the world in a positive impact. So through the collaborate with all the disciplines and all the design thinking and innovations, we really help hopefully to meet these visions and really help to prepare you in your career trajectory. So I also want to mention that we emphasize how our school creates a diverse, equitable, and inclusive access to all students, faculty and students, and staff. And also your well-being is important. So we have created this office for all. And our inaugural associate director for all is Professor Mark Miller, and he oversees, we have currently 2 programs to help to achieve our visions of DIR initiatives. That includes the diversity and inclusion fellows. Those are programs driven by students, and they propose the projects and how we can include our community and to address DEI issues in the school. We also have all ambassadors that compose faculty, staff, and students. And the role is they will be the liaison between all the different stakeholders in the community. So again, we want to create multiple channels and access for everyone, and for everyone to feel they can participate and being heard and address the issues that we should all be attended to in our school. And in terms of facilities, we are very fortunate to have a university library in our building. So it's very accessible, any books, and you can have interloan and get it right from our building. There's access online to thousands of literature and databases. So this is really a great resources, really readable in our building. And we have gallery space, so we frequently have different exhibitions and to showcase our work. We have invited guests as well to showcase their work, so you really can see all the excellence in all the disciplines around the world in our gallery space. And we have a top-notch, we just renovated our immersive experience lab. This is dedicated to creating an innovation in design education and learning experience using the XR, AR, and we can also explore how the AI incorporate into those teaching and the research experience. And we have a lot of facilities dedicated to really hands-on building experience, so including the digital fabrication lab. So this is for 3D scanners, 3D printers, and the vinyl cutter and robotic lab. And we also have wood and metal shop in our basement. And this is accessible for all students and really focusing on those, again, hands-on experience. And you can really make your own furniture, make your own big models. And we have staff available to assist with anything it's needed help. So as Andy has already overviewed the Ecology Plus design, and I'm not going to repeat much, but really emphasizing how this research center really interdisciplinary between the ecological design and the community design as well. And as Lisa mentioned about Hammer Center for Community Design, this has also been a long-standing research centers and serving in the region of Pennsylvania, but also internationally. So there's many projects ongoing and really making a positive impact in the community. And as Jose mentioned about CDC, and this is established along with the school, and we have many different labs and the faculty focus on various materials and technologies, and really a pioneer in innovations in the design, computing, and technologies. And some of those results, as you can see, the accomplishment from our faculty, including not limited to the faculty who did this fabric research and have the exhibition in Los Angeles, and the architecture team do this 3D printing, and they have done this in Alaska for affordable housing applications. And we have landscape architecture professor and have research on nature-based solutions and stormwater management and the sustainable design. This is really just some examples. And we have graduate students have always done a great work and being recognized nationally and internationally. As you can see highlighted here, doctoral students being recognized in various awards, and also master students also being selected for different kinds of exhibitions and awards. And there are more success stories across our disciplines from graphic design students, architecture students, and landscape architecture students. And our living in State College is a college town. It is a very beautiful greenery in the summertime. But we have 4 seasons, and it's very safe and very comfortable, and very, if you like outdoor, it's definitely a lot of activities. And we are in the proximity to a major cities about 2 to 4 hours driving distance, like in New York, DC, Philadelphia, and Pittsburgh. And on campus, there is no lack of activities and synergies between within our school, but also outside the school. Penn State is a huge university that you can really take advantage finding your niche, finding your interest. And we are all here to support your success. And as mentioned from all faculty leadership here, we have those 3 departments and multiple graduate programs, and which we will have breakout sessions, and you can talk in more details with them. And if you have any questions about applications for graduate schools, Nina is the person you can make the first contact with in terms of admission processes. But if you have academic questions, then you can contact graduate coordinators.